How's it going, guys? Dom here with Dom's Vlogs, back again with another HorrorVision. Now, this is the last HorrorVision on my Facebook page, so if you guys want to look at more of the HorrorVision, this is your. If you want to look at a HorrorVision that has an intro, this is the last one. I apologize for that. If I wish I could make more intros that had this type of concept here, it would be much easier. But nope, YouTube just has to make things not fun anymore. Anyhow, today we're going to be looking at the 1925 classic. And trust me when I say it's a classic. It's probably the best silent horror film that I've ever seen, period. And that is The Phantom of the Opera. Ah, yes. The Phantom of the Opera. Released on November 15th, 1925 in the USA. American horror films, although talking about more about the human deformities, does a really good job on this one. And the reason why? Maybe because it has a cool color aspect, but the one thing that I think is only 2 words. More like first name and last name. Lon Chaney. That's right. Not only is he a really good actor, he does his own makeup, which dubs him the name, the Man of 1,000 Faces. And I love him for that. The man himself speaks no dialogue. After all, his parents were deaf, and he actually spoke sign language after that. And trust me, I love the way he just plays the act. Just looking at that face. Damn. You actually would think that you actually thought he was the villain of this movie, but really he's just one of those confused, sad misfits that just doesn't know what to do with himself. And, I mean, it's kind of interesting. The Phantom himself is nothing more than just some type of, man who just had his face completely distorted because of a fire. That's kind of like what I heard. So he became the Phantom of this opera. Now, I mean, most of the film is nothing more than just, people just looking at an opera, and trust me, I'm not one of those people who like opera that much. If you guys like it, more power to you. But I just don't like opera. But this movie almost makes me want to watch it because it's nothing more than any type of silent film that I've seen where everything is focused on the body language and the facial expressions. And that's kind of like what Lon Chaney is. He basically mastered this for the movies at the time so they can feel a little bit more entertaining. It's basically showing that even the voice doesn't have to speak 1,000 words. Underneath that hideous makeup, you can actually read facial expressions that he's doing. You can read them, really well. You can feel both his jealousy and his rage, but also his sad and confused problems. And it's so nice to see. This is why I called this one of the best silent film, actually the best silent film of all time, because of the no dialogue that he does. It's literally a visual performance. Lon Chaney also played Quasimodo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. In that movie, he actually demonstrated really great acrobatic skills. In the, I forgot the name of that church in London, but man, it's one of the most famous areas. He also played the vampire in London After Midnight. However, no known copy of that film has ever survived, and it's the holy grail of lost cinema. Now with the silent cinema already coming at its end, Lon Chaney was supposed to play a vampire, or Dracula as we all know, in Universal's first sound film. However, he died of throat cancer and ironically went away with the silent cinema, which is very sad. I would like to see him actually even use his facial expressions and his body language, but also hear his voice as well, because even during the silent era, you never heard this guy's voice. If there was ever a time that he actually recorded his voice on something, it'd have to be some type of date, but nope. And I feel sad for it too, because imagine him actually did play Dracula. Or imagine him actually, still playing these types of movies to this day, even in his old age. The man has been called Man of 1,000 Faces, and I think I think he should stay that way because he's really a nice. He does a really good performance, and I thank the man for that. I hope he's resting in peace, the man. He did a really good job in these movies, and if there's ever a time we find London After Midnight, then we're going to be seeing how well he does in that movie. But what come in his place was one of the most iconic horror like actors of all time in the new sound horror movie. Excuse me. In that horror movie, we're going to be talking about that.
Tomorrow evening.
That's right, Dracula. That's right.